So we're live.
Right. I'm out of the screen again.
You're out of the screen now, my love.
Yourself in.
Right, we've gone live a little bit early tonight because there's 5 of you out there waiting. So, yeah, welcome to Hampshire Survival and the Hampshire Hog Hunters. I hope you're all really good. Tonight in the house is Kaz, as usual, me, Mickey, and Jace, the Army Chef. Okay, so again, yeah, he's here to share a bit of news for you. And also to give us back up. Hello, Martin. How you doing, mate? Yeah, excellent, excellent. Nice to see you. Hope you're all good. Hope the family's all good. Hope everything is well with you. Lee Michael, hi, mate. Dirty Faces, hiya. How you doing, brother?
Nothing on it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So yeah, hope you're all good. So you might, I don't know if you can get the chat up on that.
Come out of it and then go back on it, Caroline. And go back on your messages.
Kaz is trying out a new iPad tonight. So basically, because the chat goes so quick, on the mobile phone, it was a nightmare for her. So she's picked up a little, what do you call it?
iPad.
iPad. So it'll make life a little bit easier for her to follow the chat. But we're just trying to figure out how to bring up the chat on it so that she can follow it. Yeah, makes life a little bit easier. Anyway, so I should keep waffling. Well, it's been a good week. Gary, hiya, mate. Jace has been training a little bit on the quiet.
We're starting already.
Yeah, Dwayne, how you doing, mate? Life's treating us good. Hope you're all good there, my friend. Yeah, so what am I going to chat about? What I'm going to waffle about first of all tonight, for those of you veterans, is this. The Armed Forces Veterans Card. Okay. Now, I know a lot of guys I've been speaking to have been like, yeah, it's just another government thing just to keep us happy. Yeah, look what we've done for you. It won't actually do anything or achieve anything. It won't get us anything. However, in all fairness, being a YouTuber, I thought, well, I've got a bit of responsibility here. And as I said on the short, or the video the other day, I decided to get one because it costs nothing and decided to try it out. I am going to go to the council office and see if it gets me any preferential treatment, any assistance, and I'm going to throw it through a few other organisations and see how, if it does work for me. Is it worth having or is it a pain in the arse? One of the things I've had issues with in the past is like rail travel. Okay, so Kaz is registered disabled. Okay. Go along to the railway station, try and sort out travel and that, and you basically get fobbed off. I'm going to walk in and I'm going to go, right, Veterans Covenant, what are you doing for me? Yeah. And see what sort of response I get. And then I'm going to report it back. I'm going to let people know. So over the next couple of months, I'm going to try using my Veterans card, see if it was worth something applying for, and see what it gives me. Okay, we'll see where we go from there.
Nothing.
Right, quick question to you guys. Can you all see the chat? Is it a case that
Jason's got it on? I'm going to go back to my phone.
It might,
Caroline, just give it later.
Right, so we're going to get that sorted out. Hills at home. Hi, mate. How you doing? From Gary, Kaz, fuel candles came today, so I passed one up and sent it for Mick to review.
Oh, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Comes with a couple extra wicks. Oh, excellent. Hi, John. How are you doing out there in the States? Hopefully the weather's a bit better for you this week. Right. I received a package this week. I received a package from my good friend Lee Michael, who sent across a few goodies. Now, I'm not going to show everybody the goodies tonight. However, the goodies are going to be used over the next few weeks. Some of them are going to be used as giveaways for you guys on the live stream. I haven't yet even figured out how I'm going to do this. Don't know whether it's going to be set a question, first one to answer it wins it, or whether I just randomly choose somebody offhand. Okay, and each week for the next couple of weeks there'll be an item, and what I'll do is I will literally go, and you go, yeah, I'll select somebody from you guys one way or another as a gift.
Sorry, you can do an email one.
No, I'm just going to do it live on here and then get them to email me their details, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, do it that
I
way.
was trying to sort my phone out, so I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
hear
all
any
right.
of it.
So yeah, and it'll be a little something. Now this item isn't necessarily from me. It may be me provided it. However, these items were actually provided by one of our guys on here, Lee Michael. He sent these things through to me and said, Mick, if there's anything you use yourself, use it yourself. If not, give it away. All right. So hopefully these things are going to go out to people that need them.
Evening, Simon.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. So basically, what I'll do, in actual fact, Jace, could you pass me over that water? Okay, so the first item I'm going to give away as a giveaway item, on behalf of Lee Michael, who's provided it, right? And I will show it 2 or 3 times in the early part of the evening. Okay. Put in the comments now. Could you do with a Mora? Okay. So this is a Mora. It's got a Ranger band on it already. Nice bit of bicycle inner tube there. There we go. It's a 546 basic bushcraft knife. Okay. Let me know if you could do one. Hit me up with the details and I will get it off to you. However, I must say, I think there's difficulty sending that one abroad. Is it knives? Can we send knives abroad? I think we can.
I think we've got.
Yeah, we'll double check on that. So if there's anybody in the US or abroad, yeah, we will find a way, or if not, find another method. Okay, excellent. Got your diesel heater today. It's almost too warm to dry out. Hey, ain't that sod's law? Ain't that sod's law, John? It's typical the way it goes, isn't it? Evening, Kitten Killer. How are you doing? Right. So, yeah, where are we? So I've covered the vets card. So yeah, veterans card. We'll see how that goes. And another guy I'd like to chat about. No, in fact, no. I'll come back to that in a bit. Support. I put in the description tonight to talk about support. We're going to talk about evening yachts. Yeah, basically, I want to know what you think about support. So, if in an SHTF situation, support group,
yeah,
okay, a support group, whether it be your family, friends, whatever, support group, yeah, it's the way to go. You're going to need some, as I'm always saying, you're going to need to sleep sometime. Having somebody to watch your back, keep the fire going or whatever, it's a bonus. Somebody to watch your kit while you go and do a recce, that's a bonus. Somebody to look after you, pull the leeches off, pull the ticks off. Yeah, that's all good. So support. And outside of the survival world, support. Okay.
It's in here 10.
One of the things I'm trying to do with the channel is again support. So it's other YouTubers, guys that are just starting out. Maybe they've just done their first video or two. And I remember back to that, doing my first video and sitting there and looking and going, oh, yeah, I got 10 likes or 10 views. It's encouraging, it's helping, it's supporting, it's giving advice, it's sharing knowledge, and it is showing a bit of support. Okay, maybe occasionally it might be dropping them a comment. So, mate, try doing it like this. Prime example for that, Derek from Hang Tough, who he got hold of me last year one day, and he said, Mick, if you're getting a lot of fisheye effect on your videos, try turning it off. I hadn't really noticed it myself. So I went into the program on the GoPro, found that I could get a linear effect, which cut down on the fisheye effect. The videos, boom, an improvement. So again, it's that support, sharing knowledge. I am a complete dunce when it comes to IT. I mean a complete dunce. Like that magic black box over there, I don't know how many pixies it's got, but blimey, they're working hard tonight. So again, it's occasionally I've needed a bit of advice and somebody's come back and said, yeah, you know, Mick, try this, and it's worked for me. So again, it's all that support, you know, it's that bit of help, that bit of advice. We all need it at times. And we've got to look out for one another. So that brings me to my friend Outsider Tank. Now, evening, Katrina. There may be some of you that have already come across Outsider Tank, okay, and the YouTube world. Absolutely awesome videos. Now, I've been chatting to him today, and I do know that he's picked up a bit of an injury this week. So, yeah, show him a bit of love and support. However, he has got a playlist of videos on his channel that I would like to recommend to you guys. And that is called When the Mountain Calls. All right? Or When the Mountain Calls. God, blimey,
Wow.
blown away. We sat and watched it all through the playlist this afternoon. Now, that the guy has an absolutely astounding group of videos there.
The colours, the textures of all the woodland and the stone and the water
And the spirit of it.
and the spirit and
yeah.
the music he puts to it is
Yeah.
perfect.
There are AMSR videos, which normally for me is a put off. I'm not that enamoured with AMSR, hence I don't make any myself. However, every now and again you come across some of them that are just right. There was it's like fishing programs. Watching fishing I love fishing. Watching fishing programs, boring. Many years ago, there was a series of videos put up that were called A Passion for Angling. The two guys that did it took you there.
When the Mountain Calls, and it's outside a
tank. Okay, so literally outside a tank.
Big
Welsh guy, big black beard. You can't miss him. He's huge.
He's got a lovely dog as well.
He's a man mountain.
He's got a lovely dog.
Yeah, dive over, have a look. Show him some love and support. Yeah, see, John's already subbed to him.
Yeah, he's got very, very broad Welsh accent.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's what made me laugh. What was it? It was the last video where he was doing the training, the exercise. When he says fork right, just with that Welsh accent, I was like, yeah, it can be misconstrued, and it is a deep Welsh accent. And it's a wonderful thing. I mean, the more you listen to it, the more you get used to it. It is wonderful. That, funny enough, John, accents and that brings me into another thing that I've been thinking about just lately. Now, my friend Stix was speaking some Russian. And I put in the comments, I said, I find English difficult because English isn't my first language. My first language is a language called Yap.
A little bit early tonight,
Yeah, we are a little bit early tonight. So yeah, I do apologise about that to all you guys, but there were so many people waiting that I thought, oh well, I'll just get fired into it. So my first language is something called Yap. Okay.
Good evening, Lee.
Lee, we've just been bigging up your channel and that. Hopefully you're going to get a few people coming and looking at that absolute wonderful When a Mountain Calls playlist.
Good evening, Baz.
Me and Kaz were absolutely both blown away with that today.
Yeah, I must say, I'm a disabled person now, and my hobbies, it still is photography, and now I've got to have to use a mobility scooter that can go off road, but it's not that off roady. To be able to watch your videos today and get some freedom back and see the amazing colours and the textures, and it's like I was there myself, and as a disabled person, there's a lot of places we just cannot go. I used to be able to go, but now I cannot. And for you to share though, thank you from the bottom of my heart. That is brilliant. Loved it.
There we go. So where are we at time? 2 minutes and 3 minutes past 8. So the sun is officially across the yard arm. All right, drinky time.
Even if it's squash.
Tonight in the bar, I am drinking bee sting, which is a Perry.
Sorry.
It's 6.8. So if I fall off my chair later on giggling,
what is it? Cider.
A Perry.
Pear cider. Right, a Perry, for those of you who don't know, is a pear cider. It's a cider made with pears. I absolutely adore Perrys. Quite sweet, and I've got a sweet tooth, so I really like it.
I don't like ciders, but I'll drink that.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. But it's powerful old stuff. So again, for those of you who may be new to the channel, what we do, we treat this Sunday social as a pub night. Okay, now
there's just no nuts on the bar.
There's no complimentary nuts.
No.
We'll come back to that later. So basically, it's a chat, it's a laugh, it's a joke, it's have a giggle. We're all into bushcraft, survival, prepping, wild camping, and so on. However, we don't just sit there and bang about the subject. We're not going to bang about.
And
prepping.
Jason is our outdoor chef.
The end of the world in that. Jason's an ex-military chef, and again, like I said, I've got some news to share about the wild camp there. So, what we do on our Sunday socials, we have a laugh, we have a joke. People put up what they want. They make comments. They get to meet other people on the chat, make contacts, share information, share ideas. If you've got a question, if you're new, if you're somebody who may be new to this sort of world and you want to know something, throw it up. And as I said, tonight, at some point, we're going to give away that, which is a Mora 456. That was donated to the channel by one of our subscribers, Lee Michael. So later on at some point, I'll say who wants it. In fact, that's what we'll do. Later on tonight, somewhere in the conversation, right, Jace is just going to randomly say who wants it.
I'm so lucky tonight.
The first person to answer in the comments, yes, I do. Yeah.
No, I've got something better. Not who wants it. I'll just sit here at some point through the video. I'll just sit here like that.
Yeah. When you see that, the first one to put up the comment, I want it. Yeah.
John said, "You, as military chef, you are deaf from within."
Death from within, not above.
He's eating a few of the meals, then obviously.
Yeah. Oh, Jack Daniels and Dr. Pepper, enjoy. Well, yeah. I've got squash, but I think next week I might treat myself to a little bit of vodka and lime to join you, gentlemen and ladies.
Yeah, and that's So coming back to what I was saying earlier on about languages,
it's a knife, honey. So, it's a more a knife.
I heard something today which got my goat a little bit. It fired me up. It made me bloody angry, and that was from some. And we don't do politics on this channel. We don't do politics. Let's get it right. But this did fire me up, and that was, in the UK, we're not culturally aware, and that was from an MP. And it fired me up for this reason, okay? And I may be wrong. Tell me I'm an idiot if you think so. But I'm a West Countryman, okay? As I say, my language is Yap, okay? Y-A-P. It's basically Yap comes from all over the land, and it is the traditional dialect of a region. So in the West Country, you've all heard West Country, the Welsh, you've all heard the Welsh, the Scottish, Yorkshire, Lincolnshire, every region has got its own dialect, okay? And on top of that, bringing us all together is the Queen's English, or the King's English now, okay? Which is a collection of tongues from Anglo-Saxon, Norman, and so on, bit of Romanic, the whole lot, Germanic brought into it. But they decided that was the main tongue. How I'm talking now is what I would call Surrey English, which I had beaten into me as a kid. My true dialect, which makes this not laugh, if I go back to the West Country.
We get 10 minutes, Jason, isn't it?
Oh,
within 10 minutes.
You cross that border.
I straight back into them as ours, thus, and so forth. Okay?
And if you mention Ginster's pasties.
But along with those language differences, come the Old English cultural differences. So every region has different celebrations, had different ways of celebrating the things like May Day, Yule, wassailing, and so on. All these old traditions that got passed down through generations. Every village, every community had its own little celebration, whether it might be a Saint's Day or so on. Now, back in the 60s and 70s, the government, UK government, decided, don't want no more of this. We're not going to push it. We're actually going to try and squash it, bring everybody together as a united kingdom. Let's try and get rid of all these little differences and push them away. And they tried to unite us under one banner. And that was the government stopping multiculturalism in the UK. They tried to quash it. No, you don't want the Cornish doing their May Day dances and their flower dances and their obios and all the rest of it. We don't want to keep on about the people in Yorkshire and Blackburn and Whippets and all their traditions of clogs and so on. Yeah. You know, they squashed it. They tried to drive it out. And now they're sitting there saying we're not multicultural enough. Well, you squashed our culture. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a racist. I don't get into the whole immigration thing. We've all got our own personal views on that. And this country is a multicultural country. But let's start with our culture first. Let's remember, let's bring back some of the traditions, some of the old ways of doing things. Let's practice things like, I mean, when I was a boy, Whit Sunday, okay? So that was Whitsun. That was a family day. That was a getting together. It was a celebration. It was part of the spring ceremony. Okay, and it's just a shame that's all gone. Anyhow, that's my rant over. Yeah. Political rant over. Screwed up.
Yes, the black country definitely comes into it. It's, yeah. Steve, I'm unfortunately half Surrey, half Sussex. I tend to head towards the Sussex side, which is my father's side.
Posh side.
Gary.
No, mummy's from the posh Surrey.
I caught one from the posh village.
Gary said, "Don't forget about the Vikings. We'll get all our weekdays from the Viking land."
Yeah. So much came in all our weekdays. A lot of. I mean, yeah, you come to East Anglia and that. Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
So again, it's a lot of our tradition. So when I say to us, we're not multicultural. Oh,
we've been multicultural for years.
You couldn't get much more multicultural than this island nation that for the last 5, 6, 7,000 years has had so many different cultures and ideals come into it.
Surrey side of my family and the London side of my family, my grandfather made homemade bricks for a brick company. He worked there till he was 80. And there's a lot of engineers on my Surrey side, but if you go onto my Sussex side, they're horse trainers, farmers, and sheep shepherds.
I wonder what sort of family I'm married into then. No, the Isle of Wight. There you go. So you've got Isle of Wight accent, and then you've got the Hampshire hogs, where we take one of our names from. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. It's definitely, that is squash. Honestly, squash.
Yeah, I mean,
now it is anyway.
Elcrock, you're right there. If you go pretty much west of Surrey, so even through Hampshire, and then you start dropping down to Somerset, Dorset, Devon, and Cornwall, the accent got stronger and stronger the further west you went, and that mainly goes back to look at history. How when the Saxons came in, they pushed the tribes that were already here out to the west, to the point where Wales or Wales gets its name from the Saxon word Wellus. Okay, and that basically came from the Saxon, which means foreigner. Okay, which was, as the Saxons came in, they referred to anybody in the West Country as foreigners. They weren't Saxon, and therefore they were different. They were foreigners, all even though they were the people that were here before them. Same thing in Cornwall. Cornwall gets its name from Cornwallis, okay, which was basically people from the West. Okay, so the dialects remained. They stayed in the rural areas. Okay, and they got weakened over the centuries, but they're still there if you listen hard enough. I mean, Cornish and Breton, very closely linked.
Your mother's Kent, isn't she?
She's Kentish.
Yeah, his mum.
They were trading. We were or the Cornish were trading into the yeah. Bear in mind, you have to remember Cornwall came up as far as almost Somerset originally. The Durotrigus tribe or whatever. Anyhow, so they were trading with the Bretons. They were the same people. So the Breton tongue and the Cornish tongue very similar. And then as you move further up the west coast, you've got the Welsh, Cornish and Welsh, very, very similar. Then up into Cumbria, very similar dialects originally. And then you got into across the border. Okay. And a completely different, well, I say completely different, a very different language, the Gaelic tongue up through there. Okay. But again, it was tribes, it was regions. They all had their own differences. They all had their own religious practices, methods, types, traditions and all the rest of it. So we should celebrate that. I really think we
shouldn't lose it.
You shouldn't lose it. No. It's a heritage we should all be very, very proud of. Anyhow,
and to be able to go out and share all your areas you come from Scotland, Ireland, Wales, America. It's
one of the.
We got Alaska. The young lad in India who does the fish, VJ, who does the fishing. Fantastic the way he traps the fish and that.
Yeah.
But it's all learning about the traditional ways everyone else uses everywhere else. So
exactly
amazing.
That. And it's funny.
Yes, Lola, you're from Wales.
It doesn't matter where you come
Love
from.
your dog.
Yeah.
So cute. Ours is somewhere.
I can't bring her down. She'll kidnap your dog. So
we got a Wookiee Lee.
Yeah, so I tend to look at especially from YouTube side, as the bushcraft world.
He is an owl. That's all it is. The Baz, he's an owl.
Oh mate, it's. Do you know what that is? That is too many hours on stag board. What the officers got in their reading matter.
He's the only person I know that can have 3 or 4 books on a go.
Yeah, I prior to YouTube, that's all I did was read. I wasn't a big TV fan. I loved reading. I loved history. It's just. I am a firm believer what goes around comes around. The whole universe is cyclic. So everything that's occurring now in our society now has already happened in previous societies. The only thing that's changed is the technology behind it. So again, I think if you look to the past, you can read the future.
John, it's the same as in here. Because if you get someone from Wales and then someone from, say, Kent, and someone from Cumbria or up near Bristol, the accents and the words are completely.
I think the difference is in America, though, is they're spaced over such a wide area, whereas in this country, it's all in a small areas. Literally, you'll drive up the road and it'll be a different accent.
Yeah, and again, so I tend to look at my YouTube channel and that, and where I am. It's
people's.
Without being rude, it's my little bushcraft world. Wherever you're from, because of our shared interests and likes, I tend to find that people have the same sort of balanced ideas. I'm not saying we're all going to agree politically, religiously, and so on, but we don't get into that. Because we're more interested in the realities of life, which is, can I light a fire? Can I keep myself warm? Can I make something to eat? Can I shelter? Can I keep myself healthy? And wow, look at that view.
Not squashing too much.
And that's where we tend to be a bit more in touch with the ground, a bit more in touch with the planet Earth, the environment that we're in and we use. And it's quite interesting how so many guys I meet within the bushcraft community and the survival community feel themselves very closely linked to the natural world. And that goes back because personally, after meeting and working with various indigenous groups, you are reconnecting. It is that reconnection. It's where you belong. Civilization has taken us out of our natural environment and created everything around us that we see today. Those of you that are lucky enough to experience it have put yourself back in your natural environment. And funnily enough, your body, your psychology, something in your brain goes, that's where I belong. Okay? When you're out in that woods and you feel connected, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yes. True, Steve. And Lee, Willow is a little mascot here. He's 8 months old now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going for his next major clip, so he's not going to be so Wookiee-ish, are you?
Yeah, knowledge is definitely worth more than gold, mate. And you never stop learning. In fact, actually, if you want to giggle on YouTube, and some of it you have to take very, very much with a pinch of salt. But the last couple of days, isn't it? I've been watching a lot of the old
black and white
US 1940s survival training films from the Brits and the Americans through the Second World War. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Some really good information. Some things I wouldn't necessarily agree with today. One of them was a desert survival video where the voiceover says, and don't worry, healthy man can live 2 weeks with no water, 2 months with no food. And I thought, I think they've revised the manual there slightly. I think they've changed that opinion.
People kept on dying, apparently.
Yeah. And when you look back at it, they probably knew the facts, but at the end of the day, if you're training hundreds of men that are liable to end up in that situation, try and make them confident. You know?
One of the things we did notice that in the old black and white videos, they often suggested that you didn't cook your meat too long because you cooked all the goodness out of it. Yeah, and you're sort of like, you don't really want to be eating a half raw steak.
Today in the salvage or the survival world, we teach the opposite. We say cook the living crap out of it because you don't want salmonella, you don't want any bacteria, bugs, or parasites you can pick up from it. But again, these are military training videos. So again, coming back to something that I teach quite often in the survival world, which is if there is absolutely no way of purifying your water and you're in a dehydration situation, drink what you got.
Okay? Yeah, but I already had a second.
Yeah, drink what you got.
I can be the first one. But did you die? No.
And for those guys that are new,
that is our saying.
That is the Sunday night social motto. Benny. But did you die? Courtesy of Benny Bushcraft.
Have a nice tea, Steve.
Enjoy your tea, mate. Enjoy it. All right. And thanks for the videos that you've put up. Much appreciated. Any of you guys that aren't aware, Bushcraft, Stay Outdoors, or Bushcraft with Stay Outdoors, great channel. Pop along, have a look, show them some love.
Doing a really good challenge at the moment with a charity shop, Bushcraft set, cook set, etc.
Oh, Steve, I may have cheated a little bit. Jason's a chef. I've got myself.
Hey, Benny, look, have tin envy.
Big bean tin. Big bean tin. I don't know that I want to use it now. I've got it.
Jason.
Having it like a friend. So I'll probably be making some sort of cooker out of that. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might even have a go at making a gasifier stove. See how that goes.
Yeah, I've got a 18th century cookery book, and it's got the old sayings, but lucky enough, you go into the back of the book, it tells you what they mean, because you say, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
And old recipes, yeah.
Right, so, and on top of that, and I will, if Carol reminds me, reiterate it towards the end as well. Wild Camp news. Okie doke.
That is the email, just to remind everyone. It's mail.com, not Gmail. Okie pokey.
Okie doke. So, Wild Camp news. We will be having the Wild Camp. It will be held down here at Surrey at my woods. I say my woods, the woods I use, the woods I have permission for. I've spoken to Gareth, the guy that basically runs a 4x4 training centre there, and I can have the woods for the first weekend in June. So for those of you that are interested and would like to come down, Evening Sticks, those of you that would like to come down for the Wild Camp, okay, send us an email.
Trashing the place.
Nearly trashing the place. So it's going to be Friday the 31st of May, Saturday the 1st of June, Sunday the 2nd of June, obviously. Okay. Now, I am aware not everybody drives. Okay. So I can organise a pickup from Farnham Railway Station in Surrey, Aldershot in Hampshire, and Farnborough in Hampshire. Farnborough is my nearest one to me. Farnham is the nearest one to the woods. Okay. So I can arrange to pick you up, and I can arrange to get you back to the station in time to get your train back. So if somebody wants to come by rail, not a problem.
Or you have to yomp.
Yeah. Or you'll have to yomp. Okay. There will be a donation bucket on site. That is the only fee that I will be charging. Okay. There will literally be drop what you can afford in the bucket, and that's going to go back to the site owner as a thank you. Friday night's going to be self-admin. Okay, so that is come down. If you come down for the Friday night, if you come down, set yourself up, get your camp done, sort your admin, bring your own breakfast, lunch, evening meal. Okay, on the Saturday, we'll do your own breakfast, sort your own lunch, and in the evening, Jace, being army chef, is going to introduce anybody that's never had one, and for all you old and bold,
he can let him
range stew. Okay, so
all in stew.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to do a traditional, proper range stew. We'll also do a curry go alongside it. Now, if there's anybody that's got any peculiarities like vegetarians, we've got plenty of trees around us. Not a problem. You're sorted.
There's always other times, Baz. It's not going to be the last. It will, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be the last. There are going to be others. We will be doing the others.
Yeah, right. We thought you'd like that. He's very, very good.
What's my
right? Oh
yeah.
I'm just yeah. That's that. So yeah, provide your own breakfast, lunches for the Friday night, Saturday, apart from the tea if you want that. Water will be provided on the site. Okay. Parking is basically there is a tiny little lay-by, okay, at the edge of the site. If you've got a vehicle with reasonable ground clearance, we can probably get you in and off the site, okay. And if you've got a 4x4, you can get right down on the site without an issue. But we will manage, okay. Now I've got to keep the numbers down to 10 purely because of the size of the place, and I've got to think about the organisers' insurance. And I said, you said me, look, keep numbers down to about 10. It isn't an issue. Don't go mad. Okay, so that's what we're going to do that way. So again, hit us up with an email.
Okay, six.
Kaz will hold up the email address. Yeah. Hit us up with an email if you're interested, and we will go from there. Now, Gary's asked me, what is my thoughts on the steel version of the Swedish cook set? Awesome, mate. Better than the aluminium one. Okay. 2 reasons. The aluminium one's good. I've got an aluminium one myself, and it is good. Okay, it is slightly lighter. However, one of the problems with aluminium, when you're cleaning it, if you're using something that's abrasive, it leaches the aluminium. Okay, which is not good these days. Aluminium cookware is very much frowned upon because it's being linked to Alzheimer's. So by having the steel set, 1, you can abuse it that little bit more. 2, when it comes to cleaning, you can really give it a good scrubbing out without any fear of leaching any aluminium. Not that I should think that should make you afraid of the aluminium. The aluminium cook set that I've got, I've made stews in, I've do my boiling the bags in it, I boil water in it. Boiling water in aluminium is not an issue. It is basically if you're cooking something in aluminium and you're scraping it, especially if you're using metal in there, yeah, that's an issue.
One of the rules in the kitchens is that you're not supposed to use metal springs in aluminium or wire wool to clean them.
Yeah.
Wood or plastic, although a lot of kitchens are now going over to stainless steel. They don't have that issue then.
So, Gary, if you can get a steel one, go for a steel one. If you can't get a steel one, go with the alley one. And again, this is something we come across all the time in the world, is light. Now, there is such a focus on getting things light. Okay. Now, over the years, I had a phase of that myself. I had a phase of, I want it lightweight. The lighter it is, the more I can carry. I want light. Until I started realising, especially as I got older, that Nick Goldsmith's phrase, right, travel light, freeze at night, is bloody true. Okay. What you've got to do is you've got to have a sensible balance to it. You've got to work out what you're carrying, what you need, its durability. Is it worth carrying the weight? So in the winter, yeah, you're going to have an Arctic sleeping bag, aren't you? You're going to have a good ground mat, and you're going to have a good system. So
Lee said he's changed a lot of his cookware to titanium.
Yeah,
it's expensive.
Titanium. Yeah, if you can afford it, titanium is definitely the way to go.
It's like people using a chipped enamel, isn't it? It's another
light and strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's about using Scotch Brite pads on aluminium?
And at the end of the day,
yes, not too bad.
Yeah. If at the end of the day, if you just swap one item at a time, you know, you save for it, treat yourself, and again, it doesn't have to be everything. Think about what you actually use the most, what you really need. Because if you look at what I've got in here in a survival situation, if I had to do a runner, well,
he'd need a cart horse.
After this is going to have to be left behind, you know. And again, any of you that are coming up the woods for the wild camp, have a look back through my videos. Anything you see, cook system, shelter system, and that you want to borrow or want to try out for yourself, let me know, okay, and I'll arrange to bring it up for you to use for the weekend.
We've also got because of my big scooter. We got a trailer, so they can go on there, and those who go to the woods to get a first-hand view of the trailer. A trailer that's made for us to sleep in, and it takes my scooter as well. Yeah.
So Kaz will be in the trailer. I will probably be hammocking.
Hello, Stealth. How are you?
Willow will be having a great time. Stealth car. Hi, hello, mate. How you doing? You're never late. No.
Stealth, we've got a Mick's just said we've got a bush camp on the 31st of May.
31st of May,
2nd of June. 2nd of June.
Yeah. So.
You been out? He's been out and about.
Yeah. Oh, he's been out. He's been up the woods. Yeah. Adventurous little soul.
Funny enough, what he didn't actually say, he found Gary. He said he found it. I found it because I was the last live feed. I got up. I looked down. I thought, what's that behind the computer cupboard? And I looked down. I went, I found your lid.
Wasn't where I thought I'd left it.
But now he's got two.
Oh, now I've got two. Yeah. You can chain the lid to it. There's no reason why not, other than it would make common sense. Which I don't do too well.
Or attach it to the dog. I've seen these really little tactical vests for the dogs.
Yeah.
On Temu, and I thought, oh, just right for Willow.
Yeah.
Because Willow, although he's a Shih Tzu, he loves mud. He loves water. He's a ratter.
Yeah. He loves ratting. Yeah, overpacking your Bergen. Oh, as I said on the video, you saw the admin Bergen. I'll take that off now. The admin Bergen or admin video. It was one of the downsides of being a tuber is you go out to do a video, and I'm pretty sure all my YouTuber friends will back me up on this. You go, right, I'm going to go and do a video. I'm going to do this, this, and this, but I'm going to take that as well, and I'll take that as well just in case that changes, and that as well. And so by the time you've done that, and then you've got your camera, your tripod, your spare batteries, and all that loaded in as well, you look at your Bergen, you hook it up your shoulders, and the first 5 minutes, you always do the same thing. You get up your shoulders, go, that's comfy, be fine with that. And about a mile in, you're like, bloody hell.
But I don't know if you notice how the tea and coffee drinkers are. You always notice that everyone has got that. I mean, Lee, I was watching yours today with your Taylor's coffee bags. You like your
Black Donkey.
Your camp coffee. You know the
camp coffee.
The campfire coffee.
Cowboy coffee.
And he likes his there's military coffee bags. They do.
I like the old Black Donkey.
And then now you start this competition with him and Benny about what different flavour coffee you can have. I think you're on amaretto and Irish cream at the moment. Hello, Derek.
Hi, Derek. So you're filming how to pee in an Nalgene.
Oh.
Do you want me to demonstrate, mate? Just remember, when peeing in an Nalgene in your sleeping bag, don't pee uphill. It's a man of many experiences.
Lee, this is Hang Tough. Derek and John, both in America.
Yeah, so Derek, we got outside of Tank with us tonight, British YouTuber or Welsh YouTuber. Absolutely fantastic channel, and he's got a playlist on
Good
there.
evening,
When a
Daryl.
Mountain Calls, you would absolutely adore. It's an AMSR, but yeah, if you ever want an idea of what the Welsh mountains look like properly off the beaten track, that's the one to go with.
You're Bracken.
Yeah, and so again, anybody that's on the channel as usual, yeah, dive over outside the tank. Yeah, dive over, show him some love, give him a thumbs up, sub. You know, show all the supports what we do on this channel.
I've noticed now that watching all the everyone's videos, that I'm getting less and less done in the house because I'm like, oh, so just put another video up.
Yeah, and again, Lee and all you other guys, we got Derek here, Hang Tough. Yeah, likewise, dive over, have a look at his channel. Great guy. Shows you a really interesting view from the States. I'll be out there hopefully later this year, if not next year. But I'm desperate to get out there.
We all want to go over to your Goodwill shops over there at John and Derek, because there's I would be in there for days.
I thought I'd sorted out the finances for the trip. I'd spoken to somebody in the medical profession and said, look, you know, I'll sell a kidney to pay for the flight, which, as my GP said to me, that's not a bloody good idea, Mick, because you've only got one kidney anyhow. So
evening, Benny.
And apparently I need both of them.
Jason, get the tin. Benny, be ready for tin envy.
Benny, tin envy.
What Jason got?
Look at the size of that bugger. Yeah.
Campfire around there.
Yeah. Catering tins, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And la da da.
And for any of you that are interested, yeah, at the moment, I don't know if it's countrywide, Poundland. Okay. 12 sachets, £8. Yeah, it's Lion's Coffee, which is lovely stuff. And they got a full range. They've got amaretto, chocolate, mochaccino's, cafe latte, Irish cream,
I'll get one of them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason, you get you one of those, Benny. We will. We'll have our own. We want our own Globemaster, please.
Yeah.
Go to the Air Force.
Yeah. It's on it. I'm coming out of the States. I'm on.
Do you think how much you make that into a cooker, Benny? How much cotton wool balls are you going to need with that?
I'm actually going to have I'm tempted to have a go at making my own gasifier stove out of it. And I'm also going to use, because I've got two of them, I might use the other one to make an oven.
Cardi.
Yeah, do an inside. Do an inside. Oh, my head's going now. Hang on. It's a brain injury's kicking in. Where was I? An improvised. That's the word I was looking for. Improvised oven. Yeah. And for anybody that's new, yeah, please don't panic. Good. Occasionally, I come out with completely random words. That's down to a brain injury years ago. I had a bit of trauma. And occasionally the bit that connects my mouth to my brain just disconnects completely or decides to make words up on its own. I've tried calling it Tourette's. My doctor says it's not Tourette's, and it's not an excuse for me to just go off randomly. But as Jace will tell you, at times it is like Tourette's. I can come out with completely random phrases out of the blue and then look at you and go, that's not what I meant to say.
Someone's looking very confused at you.
Yeah. And then
it's a bit like the time we went to a friend's house, they had a farm, and they had this tea and coffee. And his mum always used to bring, a friend's mum always used to bring out a tin of biscuits and put it on the centre of the table.
There's about 10 people sitting around the table.
So we all sit around this huge kitchen table, wooden one, beautiful, with this large tin of biscuits. And we're all helping ourselves because she makes cakes and things like that. And he picks up a biscuit and he drops the crumbs on the table. He scrapes it off the table into his hand and shoves it back in the tin. Everyone was like,
and it was just, my brain just went, oh, you've made a mess. Clear the mess up.
Oh, that's nice.
Put it back
Benny.
in the biscuit
Thank
tin.
you.
Absolutely disgusting. Oh,
yeah,
cheers,
of course
mate.
it is. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Absolutely wonderful, Benny. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Bush, Benny, if the amount of cotton wool balls you start off like when we have the toilet roll.
Yeah, rocket stove.
Carrying on.
Idea. That's another idea. Rocket stove, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's an idea. Rocket stove. Oh. Oh.
Check that out, Croc. Your mum lives on the Isle of Wight, didn't she?
Yep. In fact, I'll be over there. I will be on the Isle of Wight. I'll give you the dates out. I'm going to be over on the Isle of Wight, just literally for a day or so. Probably it's probably just going to be the day, and go over and help my mum out and back.
Thank you.
But
Jason.
yeah, I might make a chance to maybe meet up with somebody for an hour and say hi if there's anybody over there that's desperate to come and chat to this ugly mug. Maybe even you just want to throw things at me. Get off my island, you bugger!
Get off my island! What are you doing here?
Don't want his salt over here.
You're not local.
When he arrives on the ferry, tell him to send him back. Mick, remember number 7.
Remember number 7. Okay.
Yeah. He's written it down, Benny. He's not forgetting now, you know.
Cook set say.
Benny, when you've been emailing our email address, have you been putting Gmail or mail.com?
Roddy Overners? Yeah. I had that actually said to me when I'm over there. You're not from here, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not from here, are you? Tincture.
Yeah, everything's a kin.
Yeah.
Throw your toys out the pram and everyone else's at the same time.
Treating your own blisters with iodine. That'll make you touch the ceiling. It's a stealth car's been. It's a stealth car camper again. Another YouTuber. Dive over and have a look. He's been doing homemade stove today using a tuna stove.
But was that bottle on your fence thing? Was it yours or not? Still,
when you do that, give me a poke so I can look for the first one. Yeah. And again, what I do a reminder actually.
Yeah, do
a few more in. So, guys, what we're doing tonight.
Hold it up yet.
This isn't Jason holding it up. This is me. So, for those of you that may have come in since, we're doing a giveaway tonight. What we're doing, one of our subscribers, Lee Michael, lovely chap, sent some stuff.
Okay, Benny.
So one of the things we're giving away tonight, or what we're giving away tonight, is a Mora knife. It's a 456 basic bushcraft knife. I'm handing it to Jason. He's putting it down. At some point tonight, he's going to hold it up in the background. First one to say I want it on the comments, you're going to get it. Yeah? Yeah, I knew that was coming. See, people think it's me that's the bad one.
What's he saying, James?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
He's nothing to do with us.
No. Nothing to do with us. So you still don't know about the mystery of the bottle?
Yeah, the mystery bottle. Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, the beer bottle on his...
yeah!
I think he had a few.
Yeah,
it's the big cat.
See,
you've got a big cat there.
That's Doombar, so that's Cornish beer. Might be getting invaded by Cornishmen. Have a look for pasty crumbs. See if there's any traces of pasties, or it might even be a pixie. Stray pixies wandered up.
Yeah, you can make a fireside pizza. Funny enough, well, not funny enough, we're getting a new cooker because our cooker decided it's gonna. Yeah. Good evening, Ian.
Ian, how you doing, mate? I hope you're good.
You can't hold it up later and say Benny Bush.
I love it.
There's no cheating going on here.
Benny, I have taken your name down. You are on the list.
Yes.
On the list.
Come the revolution, you'll be up against a troll and werewolf.
So, Benny, yeah, your top shelters and that, love it, mate. Yeah, it's the way to go. I know you lost your camp, and I'm gutted for you there. Absolutely gutted for that. It happens, unfortunately, even on private property. Kids, 9 times out of 10, they'll get in, they see it. What are they going to do? I mean, always makes me angry, but I always look back at it and go, what had I done when I was 10 years old and I'd come across that? Yeah, you know.
But Lee, it's only naughty as a point of view, isn't it?
But what you're doing with the tarp shelter is brilliant. Again, because it's that mobility thing. You know, you can change place, you can change where you are, you can try other areas, dive in, quick shelter, quick camp, give people the information. I always look at it when people, at one point somebody said to me, you always come up the woods, you always put a tarp up. And I said, yeah, because if I always put a tarp up and do it a different way every time, people watching my video that are new to this sort of thing, have never seen it before, or just starting out, or young, or whatever, see a different method. And eventually they're, I can try that one, I can try that one, I can try that one. Because again, I always think of YouTube as not so much for those of us that know what we're doing, because we'll watch one another doing it. And like old farmers, we can sometimes be a bit judgmental.
Standing on the gate saying, look at the lines on that field.
I wouldn't have taught them that line like that, you know. No, them is not
That's
the way
not farrowing.
Yeah. So, but for young people coming into it, or people that are new to it, and again, I'm always saying young people, it's a wrong comment, because I get a lot of guys saying to me, never done this before. You know, I've lived in a town all my life, and they want to see it. So by demonstrating it, it gets them started.
I was just reading Dee's post. It's a bit stingy, was it?
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that, Derek.
Yeah. Right. There you go. You'd say about that, Derek. It was about 2 years ago. It was mid-COVID, and I was doing the response duties. So we were moving stuff around for people, which got me out on the road. It's brilliant. No other traffic on the road. I'm loner. I'm out in the vehicle, and it's dark. Okay, and I needed to go. I desperately needed to go. Desperately needed to go. It was one of those where you're driving along and the old stomach rolls over and you're like, oh, gotta go. So I pulled up, nice quiet little lay-by, and I don't normally agree with this, but bear in mind there's absolutely nobody about. So I did what you had to do. And I thought, I need to wipe myself. Oh, that's all right. I've got some wet wipes in the door pocket. So I reached in, got the wet wipes, and had a good rummage round like you do, bundled it up, put it in the bag. And I thought, oh, paws must be playing me up a bit because that's stinging. Okay, got back in the car, sat down in the car, started driving, and it started to burn more and more and more, to the point where I had to stop, get out, get round the side of the car, and I was splashing water from a Nalgene bottle on my arsehole. Turn the light on, went, what the fuck have I done? Picked it up. Bleach interior cleaner wipes. I can tell you from experience, that is not something you want anywhere near your little delicate eye. Right? And I tell you what, that was the most...
moon rising.
2 hours of driving after bleaching my ring.
Which is lovely, sparkly and fresh.
Was not a good experience.
Not a German sight.
Not a German sight. So again, a learning curve. And if there's anybody young out there, I apologise if your parents are now falling off the chairs laughing at this old man's errors. But again, it's one of those things that can happen. So turn the light on, check what you're using.
Take it easy, John, and enjoy your great-granddaughter.
Yeah, John, enjoy your great-granddaughter. Have a great time, mate. Stay safe. Be good. Have your adventures.
Granddaughter, she went to a shooting show yesterday.
Yeah.
Her dad got her a little
got
ghillie.
She's
got a little shooting ghillie, yeah.
So she went to the SHOT Show. So she had a great time. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Yeah. Yeah, excellent. Yeah.
Oh,
Dirty faces. Dirty faces. Well done. There you go. Dirty faces.
I think it was.
No, it wasn't Ian.
Ian.
Was it Ian? Was it? Oh, it was Ian. Oh,
yeah.
blimey. That was fucking quick. He must have.
Why don't you?
He must have had it already typed out. That's what I think.
One of the other ones.
You know, I'll tell you what we'll do then, because that was my mistake. What we'll do. There we go. Right. So, Ian, you were first. You're getting that one. Dirty Faces. That one's coming out to you. I can't say fairer than that. Okay.
Ian, I've probably got your email address, but if you can send it to address, if you can that and Dirty Faces, you can email that. Then I'll post them off to you tomorrow.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the two of you, both the same size, just a slightly different colour of blue.
You snooze, you lose.
You're asleep, Benny.
Yeah. So yeah,
Caroline.
So those will go off tomorrow.
Michael, it's got. How did you get to the coffee machine?
The dog's been at the coffee machine,
which is on the side.
That's the cleaning tag thing.
Where did you get that?
I'm
not even going to ask. I'm not even going to ask.
It started buffering. We'll do another one.
Well spotted in. Now, so next week we'll do another one. We'll probably do something along the same sort of lines, and we will go with that.
I might find another one.
That was quick. That was quick.
Bloody quick.
Yeah, bloody quick. So
I think they just said they had it all typed out, ready to send.
Yeah, that's it. Hovering over the button. We'll find some way.
Yeah, we'll find another way.
We'll find another way of.
I'll get those out tomorrow to you two guys. Wonderful.
We got. Don't worry, Benny. What happened was Lee Michael very kindly sent some items to us. We got a watch. There's a knife. There's a can. There's a cooker. So.
Cut-proof gloves.
Cut-proof gloves. Cut-proof gloves and the little top clamps as well.
He sent me through one of these, which I actually, this is going to be a giveaway, but I'm going to try it first. I want to give it a go myself. So this is a little stick stove, come meth stove cook set, works with a tin pot mug and all the rest of it. So we're going to give that a go. There are also, if you pass over the brown bags, and there should be a little cooker with that. Little box, stove. Yeah. Next week as well, there is going to be a NATO cook set. So you've got the little folding stove there, metal stove, pack of hexamine tablets, and some windproof matches. So those will be the two items that will be up for you guys next week on the live stream.
Poor Martin was third.
Ian said he'll meet you at the ferry when you go see your mother and pick it up off you there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, not a problem.
Depends which one you're going to, because it's either Southampton or Portsmouth, depending on which is better, isn't it?
Yeah, so. We'll sort something out either way. If the worst comes to the worst, I'll just have to drop round on the way back late at night, about 2 o'clock in the morning.
So, Ray, have you had any more foals arrive? Have the ones you've been expecting?
Martin, you're never a loser, mate. Never a loser. Never a loser in my book. We'll get something sorted.
It's like a badly run bingo, isn't it? Time for no balls, please.
Yes, there you go. Next time. Oh no, we can't do that. That's a shame, isn't it?
No, we can't.
No.
No, I know exactly what you were thinking.
I'll just sit back here with numbers.
Jason's going to be playing pocket bingo next week to choose who wins. Hey, Hugh, thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ray. Oh, hello, Ray. How you doing, mate? Hope you're good.
Well, hopefully some more of his foals arrive.
Yes, hopefully some more of your foals are arriving and behaving for you. Oh, blimey. So where are we going now? Where are we going?
You'll have to excuse me because Benny. Oops. Mick is drinking Bee Sting Perry at 6.8. You've had 5 this week. Oh, blimey.
Bloody hell.
Oh.
That's your work cut out. And of course, it's not just in the birthing as well, is it? You should keep an eye on for next day too.
Number 6.
Ah. Well, if somebody will send you an email, we could send you something, Benny. Because, your hat. Give me a hat. Because I've got a patch for you, Benny. Look. I got you a black one.
Had number 6 now. Blimey. I'm just going
So,
back through. Do excuse me, guys. I'm just going back through the comments. Being West Country, I read very slow. Yeah. Cheers, Hugh Smith. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, lovely. Katrina, Bridget, let me share my business page just so I share my TikTok page just.
So you only tell us, Benny, now that some can't send you birthday cards. You have to do a special birthday video tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're going to make you a cake. Well, Jason could, and I can eat it for you.
Yeah, we'll record it, yeah.
Birthday tomorrow. Okie doke. Right, we'll do a video for you tomorrow. I shall sing you a happy birthday.
Oh, you poor thing. See, the community. It's all the love.
Oh, hang on. 4 nails for the third. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the old military toilet paper method?
Yes, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was looking at that, trying to work it out.
Yeah, so they'll okay. So,
Corner.
I'll have to go get a sheet demonstrate it because there's going to be guys that don't get it. Tank gets it. You obviously got to train the same time I did.
Oh, that sounds really nice. I've got some lovely little bits for her, Benny. So if you don't get that address, mine is badgermoon@mail.com.
So, one sheet of toilet paper. Okay. Fold it 4 times. Okay. Centre corner. Very
Excellent,
carefully.
Gary.
Tear that centre corner off. It's essential. Okay. Wipe once. Wipe twice. Wipe 3 times. Wipe 4 times. Drop it. Then take this little bit of paper and clean under your fingernails.
Ah.
That's
exactly. One sheet of hanger.
exactly that.
I didn't know that. I do know.
Yeah.
Needs as must when the jungle calls.
It's sharing the knowledge. It's isn't it? It's
it is sharing the knowledge.
Nobody wants poo finger. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a finger of fudge. Sorry.
My childhood has just been ruined.
A finger of fudge.
Just enough to give your kids a drink.
I think they might have a complaint about that finger.
And the daft thing is, I'm the one that's drinking. Both these two are complete sides.
It's antidepressants and morphine. That's oh dear.
Yeah, use many a sock on exercise. It's fantastic the fact that everybody in the unit's wearing the same green socks. You swap them with somebody else they don't even know.
I thought that was something else in the army. Socks.
No, that's the military.
That's
the
Navy.
That's
the
Navy.
Sock in the Navy.
Yes. If anybody's ever been attached to the Navy and had to hot bunk, yeah, you'll know what I can't say it, but
I would say apologies for me, but those who know me know me.
Yeah. Personal sock.
Ew.
Love sock.
Love sock.
Maybe a hot bunking.
Sticky bunking.
Good evening, BJ in America. How are you?
Hi, BJ. It's got a little bit crude tonight, and I do apologise. I apologise to anybody that may be watching this sensitive.
In front of their children as well.
Yes.
So.
BJ.
Oh, here we go. It's the old military things firing up now. 100 men go down to the sub 50.
BJ, on our list of new entries today. We have Outside a Tank. You'd love his videos for the bushcrafting for you and your children to learn, and to see the beautiful Wales.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Benny. It was one of those, when you're typing up comments and you sit there and go, yeah, and then you read the comment as it goes up and you're like, I just typed. P.S. What I actually meant was.
Yeah, I just can't. I've got giggle. Yeah. It's like fart humour. I'm terrible.
I think what I'm going to have to start doing at the beginning of this live stream is putting up this warning. Subject matter in this live stream.
No, you're fine, Lee. You're fine.
Maybe of an adult matter.
Outside a tank, BJ.
Lee, don't worry about it, mate. As you can see, this is what it goes like on a Sunday night. It's normally about 2 hours long, and by the end of it, I usually end up sitting there thinking, what did we cover tonight? Did we cover any subjects in particular? And it just, a lot of these guys, as you gather, a lot of the guys here are ex-military or have been around enough to pretty much have a good sense of humour.
We actually had a New Year. We did a 4-hour, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
We were. It was hard.
Not going to do that next New Year's. We're going on at 10 o'clock in the evening instead. But again, I think the beauty of this live stream is I do my videos. What I do on my videos, I'm always aware is going out to the world. It could be anybody from a young person. You keep it to your format. Sunday night is not part necessarily of my channel. This is more for.
It's like a pub.
It's a let your hair down.
Like
it's being in the pub. Sometimes I may say something offensive. If somebody, and I've always said, if somebody comes up and says, Mick, that was completely wrong, very offended, I will apologise. Last week I made a comment which I did get picked up on by a couple of friends where we were talking about archery and making jokes about archery, and I made the comment, a Welshman after midnight from such and such, and somebody did get a bit upset and offended by it. Now, that wasn't said in a manner of I think you should shoot Welshmen with a bow, right? It's one of these old laws that exists, and I think that law is daft and funny for its time. Going back to a tribal and feudal Great Britain, it probably did make sense. Let's face it, you buggers did come down to Cornwall, steal all the sheep and our women, and sent the women back 2 years later.
What was really funny that year that Jason and Mike are on that picture there. Yeah. And we went to a steam rally in Cornwall, and Jason bought Mick against us past.
Oh, that's the thing you do when you're in Cornwall. You buy a horseman against us.
Kicked out the steam rally for having against us pasty.
Top tip to any of you if you're down in Cornwall.
That's what you do for a good mate.
Don't walk around with against us pasty around. The locals get
and
really
then he
upset.
had T-shirts made. It's against us, even if seagulls won't eat them.
Yeah, and again, I'd like to reiterate, after watching it today, had a quiet afternoon, just me and Kaz. Quiet afternoon, nice cup of tea, nice little tea, wasn't it? We had a really nice, pleasant afternoon. We sat and we watched Outside of Tanks. On his playlist, he's got one particular playlist. All his stuff is good, but he's got a playlist on there, When the Mountain Calls. Bloody hell. I tell you what, it's AMSR. Don't let that put you off, because normally that puts me off. Beautifully filmed. Absolutely stunning. Makes you feel like you're there. Absolutely.
Colours are amazing. If you're having a great day, what's that?
If I could crack out a couple of videos like that, I would be so chuffed. It was, and some of the areas he gets to.
Well, thanks, Katrina. Absolutely
amazing. Okay, they're well off the beaten track. You're not going to find another spot like that round and about. It's 1 in 100. So he's done plenty of recce's. He's gone out, really researched his areas. His filming
chapters
and his editing, okay, is superb. the way he goes from spot to spot, place to place, tree to tree, the focus, and the way he collects the images and the light, I was absolutely blown away. As Caroline said earlier on, felt like you were there, felt like you were sharing it with him. And in fact, I was sitting there with Kaz going, "Look, the moss on that, look at that, look at that, the light's coming through the trees, look at that." Absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, Lee, mate, if I can ever get down and meet up with you, yeah.
I know who likes fishing too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and you're a carp sniper as well. Excellent, mate. Yeah. See,
I'm perch, pike. Well, I used to perch, pike, and chub, really.
What do you call one of those luck fishermen?
He's never caught a doctor fish. Tench. He's never caught a tench yet, and that's really.
Quite a serious fisherman for probably about 15 years. I really got
cow
into it.
tipping. In Cornwall, he used to do chicken flipping. Chicken hypnosis, thank Jace. Yeah, hypnotising chickens.
I'll tell the story in a minute.
Yeah.
I was quite seriously into fishing for many years. Nowadays, I'm not as keen as I say. No, I'm still keen, but I don't get a chance to do it as often. But I sort of got back into old fishing. Sort of like literally just catching whatever I caught for the fun of it. Because for years,
passion for angling.
I went for like the main lake species, and I mean I was a big carp guy at one point, and then I realised I'd never caught a tench, so I went, right, I'm after tench. I want a good tench. All my carp angling buddies that would be set up around me would be constantly, I'd be like, oh, bloody tench. Right? 15 years, I never caught one red eye.
Yeah.
Never had one
tench in the water going, it's Mick.
It was just didn't matter how hard I tried. I've tried everything. Never one tench. And
it's that carp bar again. From it.
Frustrating. And even to the point where guys would be going, "You into another mirror, Mick?" Yeah, into another mirror 24. It's great, look at this. They'd be like, yeah, but I'm not after these things. I'm after a bloody tench. And they'd be like, all we're catching is tench. That frustration. Sometimes the gods will aspire to.
That's getting you back for chicken.
All right, chicken hypnotising. Okay, so as a young man, I used to assist my aunt at the stables. And my aunt, my dear Aunt Liz, lovely old girl, she ran a holiday stable. So basically, she taught all the local private school girls how to ride. That was one of her contracts. Not that I ever really noticed, being a young man. It was finishing schools. So, 16 to 21-year-old young ladies on horses in jumpers. When you're 15 years old. Yeah. Anyhow, so we used to get holiday makers book in for going for rides. So they would turn up as a family quite often in their car down from London, staying in a caravan or a tent locally, and they'd come and we'd take the kids out or the family out on the horses, and we'd lead rein them. So we'd either be riding ourselves and leading them, or we'd be walking alongside them if they were little, leading them. Well, on occasion when we weren't being managed particularly well, or my Aunt Liz had said, "You boys go up, set up, get organised, take the first ride out." One of our favourite things to do was to grab all 30 chickens, and all you do, it doesn't harm the chicken, not harming the chicken, but you hold the chicken down on the ground and you draw a line from his beak away. Now that hypnotises a chicken. It will not stand up, it will not move, it will stay put until you move its beak off the line. So you can imagine I've now got 30 chickens all around the yard, all stood still with their beaks on the ground. And then Joe Blogg's family from the centre of London or wherever comes driving in with their kids, and they park up and they get out. Usually the kids notice it first. "Mum, Dad, what's with the chickens?"
It's evil,
and
isn't it?
You'll see them all looking, and then they'll ask you, and they'll say, "What's with the chickens?" And I don't know about chickens, does he? I say, "He's asleep. That's how chickens sleep, see?"
So with horses.
Them puts their beaks on the ground, means they don't fall over. And if they're attacked, they're all ready to run off. So they're just having a kip now. And the amount of people that would look at it, and the logical side of their brain would go, "He's talking crap," but the visual side of their brain's going, "He must be right." There's 30 chickens here, all with their beaks to the ground, not moving. He must be right. So,
Jay Faces says you can't accept the prize. If you remember, I won the first giveaway you done. To accept, it would be fair for me to accept.
Dirty Faces.
Shut that up.
Shut up.
You get
Shut
it anyways.
Don't make me come down there. Don't make me come down there. You won it. You got it now.
Yeah.
You're going to have it and be grateful. Poor old Martin.
Third in line,
Dirty Faces.
Never get a silver or gold.
Not a problem. Now, one thing about this sort of thing, if you put a challenge up, you put a prize up, stick with it. Okay? If you, my word is my bond. If I say I'm going to go do a camp in the rain, we do a camp in the rain. If I say I'm lighting a fire in the rain, I will light a fire in the rain.
Just watch it,
One
Jason.
way
Besides doing
or
Naked
another,
Streak.
that fire will
Not
get
That's
lit.
his bond, not my bond.
Jason will tell you, I'm a man of my word. Okay? Even if it's sometimes to my own detriment, I'm a man to my word. So, yeah, you want it. Simple as.
I think it's called stubborn, isn't it?
Yeah. Stubborn.
But I do appreciate the thought. If you really, really, definitely 100% want to refuse it, let me know. But I'm more than happy if you have it. And I'm pretty sure everybody else on here would agree with me.
Benny said if he don't want it, he wants it.
Benny really is after one.
Benny, are you stuck for a knife, mate? If you are, just let me know. Yeah, that's not a problem. You know.
I got a patch where it says, "But did you die?" But I'm writing to send to you.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, it's just sort of.
That's all sorted, right, Benny? Right, something. We got some bits that are going to be coming up for you and your
Brooke.
daughter, for Brooke. Yeah.
And about I don't know if Sticks, his little girl.
Yeah.
We watched a lovely video of him
Sticks,
the other day. Sticks and his daughter.
Send me an email again. Yeah, I'd like to send you a little something just for your daughter because I love. My granddaughter is too young for me to actually get up the woods yet.
Yeah, she's only 2.5.
She went to her first shot show yesterday with her dad. Yeah, got a first little shooting ghillie. I mean,
so cute.
Oh, mate, absolutely sweet as anything. I was like, yeah, excellent. And of course, my son, being a good, healthy man that he is, took his. Where are you taking your 2.5-year-old daughter? I'm taking her to the gun show.
Gary, we know that Callan is exactly the same. We got 2 sons, Chris and Dan. They're only 18 months between them, and they were both in the Army Cadets. And it wasn't just bushcrafty things. It was my CDs. My Black Sabbath CDs gone. Ozzy Osbourne gone. My Sacred Spirit, me Indian, the Native American chanting, gone.
Punk albums.
Yeah, punk albums went.
All gone. Got a nice box of knives here anyway.
Yeah.
In fact, I might have 2 because I don't use them.
Right. Okay.
It's like you stitching and waxing. Yeah, he's good. Sticks is stitching and waxing at the moment.
Stitching and waxing. Oh, what are you making, mate? What are you waxing? What are you doing? Yeah. Yeah, what are you making? Oh, because again, Sticks has been doing some bits and pieces with wax, and it's again fascinating subject. Making wax cotton and things like that, absolute way to go. Basic bushcraft skills. They take a lot of effort. Takes a lot of doing. I've got a drover's jacket which I've had now for. I think I've got about.
To see, he said that would be telling.
I've got that.
I know what it is. It's waterproof underpants.
Yes, yeah. That's what it is.
Wax on.
Wax cotton, non-stick. So this drover's jacket is well, it was a cheap version. It was a Scats version. It wasn't a Bell Staff or anything like that. And I worked with a group of guys that as soon as they saw it, went, "Oh, brilliant!"
We don't need to linseed oil in your pants, and terps.
They were officers, so they went straight out and bought Bell Staff versions, which were very expensive, very expensive. And then 2 years in, I'm still wearing mine, and they were gobsmacked. They were like, "How come yours is still waterproof and ours isn't?" And that was because I used to treat it with beeswax. And what I used to do is every year get it up on a chair or something like that.
Birthdays or Christmas, one or the other.
And I used to just work.
Jason's now left the building.
And I used to work the beeswax into the shoulders and across the back, where it's got the flap on the drover's jacket. And I used to wax that. The rest of the jacket, this is a cheat for you. I used to treat it with WD-40. Just to squirt down the rest of it with WD-40, soaks into the wax cotton, helps to shed the water. Just don't go near any flames for a while.
If you're silk, are you going to be in the bath? Because anyone doesn't know, Sticks has watched us in the bath.
He's got silk boxers. Don't. I'm getting into boxers and underpants. My wife bought me a pair of underpants this week with gherkins on it.
No, they're cucumbers.
Oh, cucumbers, yeah. Cucumbers with faces.
I got another pair. It says choke hazard. Jason's nearly falling down the stairs now.
Might be a bit adult for this. Well, it's all right. It's gone 9, isn't it? But yeah. So,
yeah, but at least it's better than bleach wipes.
Little pickles. Yeah.
See, there it goes. It starts off level, then just downhill.
Anybody's new to the channel doesn't always go quite downhill so rapidly.
Not little pickles, they were cucumbers, see?
Yeah, cucumber, see? Don't give me none of that gherkin rubbish. Cucumber.
It's these long-legged boxers you get on Temu. They're very stretchy ones. They've got also really funny ones. The one I did see had a hand print on the front.
Yeah, bit naughty.
Yes,
that.
yes.
But anyhow, back to my Perry.
Yes, sorry.
Now I'm blushing, feeling slightly uncomfortable, discussing my underwear.
So yes, listen, for all you newbies, this is a normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a normal Sunday.
If you were choosing,
me and you get in trouble.
In all your kit, one item out of your kit. Have a quick think about it, right? It's the SHTF situation's happened. You've got to run from the house right now. Okay, one bit of kit, what you're taking, or one item, what you're taking.
Yeah,
and that includes everything, absolutely everything in the house. One item, what you're taking.
I'll take my axe, my little axe.
Take my van, because you've got to rig it in it.
I'll take him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because of course you had one of my handmade knives, didn't you?
May contain nuts, yeah.
Government announcing this channel may contain material that might not be suitable for the under 90s. Cheers, mate. Curry lamb knife and ferro rod. As long as they're attached, I'll take that as one item.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I had a set of that.
The old belt around the middle.
Bell staff gear wasn't the worst thing. I remember my first legal motorcycle on the road, which was annoying because I dropped from 250 back to 50cc at 16, which really ticked me off because my dad said I had to. But my mum and dad took me to the motorcycle shop and bought me a set of waterproofs. Yeah. Kawasaki lime green waterproofs and black. Oh, yeah, they're cool. Plastic, because didn't have Gore-Tex then, and it was just literally a zip-up plastic suit that went up to here, elasticated at the cuffs, elasticated at the ankles. I used to end up wetter by the time I got home than from the sweat that I did from the bloody rain.
I got a T-shirt my mum's friend was selling these t-shirts, and I wore it the last day of school, and it was a Kawasaki t-shirt, and it said "Mounting Excitement" over it.
Yeah,
I didn't get it then.
I mean, as you see from the picture up there, I'm quite an old school biker. 8 bangers for me all the way, long forks.
And you, Jace,
Big
as well.
V twins, both me and Jace.
Converted.
We were both in the same bike club.
Drawn to the
the
dark side.
He used to go all over the country, various club rallies and things like that. And one of the things you learn very, very quickly on a bike is that, actual fact, bin the waterproofs. And again, this also applies to your bushcraft well. Okay, wear gear that's going to dry quickly, especially in the summer. Quite often, you're actually better off with.
Have a good week. We'll see you next week in the pub.
Quite often, you're better off in the summer, accepting the fact that you're going to get wet and wearing something light enough to dry off. And one of my favourites for that is, in actual fact, old school DPM trousers, combats. Yeah, because bloody things get wet, dry in minutes. Absolutely fantastic for that. And some of the new Kiwi gear and mountain gear and that works on the same formula. It's not waterproof. It's not designed to be waterproof. It's designed to dry ultra fast. So you can literally wring it out, put it back on, within minutes the wind's dried it. And sometimes you've got to take that equation. Accept the fact I'm going to be initially soggy, and then I'm going to dry myself out. Because again, especially with the bikes, quite often you put all the waterproof gear on. An hour and a half later, at 70 miles an hour, riding like that,
he was right the first
in
time.
a pack with no front mud guard.
Best
waterproofs in the world. And the thing about waterproofs, they've never managed to secure that little bit in the crutch.
No.
There's always that where the seams meet, always leaks. Okay.
1977.
1977, eh? Good year that was.
Yeah, we're 1960.
Right, so let's have a look down the gear. Right, so kit and killer, Gary Lund, my belt kit. That classes as one item. Yeah, I'll give you that. One item if it's all together. Wish you Baz, going to say good night. Baz, good night, mate. Take it easy. Thanks for joining us. Look forward to speaking to you again next week. Have a great week, mate. Get out, have your adventures. Stay awesome.
I was at 1977. I was probably riding around on the farm on an old Honda 50.
Yeah.
The old moped. Blue and white one.
Suzuki AP50. Yeah.
I'm getting my cousin to drive his Austin A40 around the fields.
You didn't have a Yamaha Fizzy, the old FS1A. You were one of the posh kids. You had a Suzuki. I had a couple of Suzuki two-strokes, funny enough. I had Suzuki A100 and GT380, GT500 only a few years ago, funny enough.
But Benny, did you die?
Used to go like the bloody clappers. And the only other Suzukis I've owned, I've had a Suzuki Katana 1100. That was a quick bike, lovely. Kaz, in actual fact, used to like being out on that. That was in our late 20s, wasn't it? Late 20s, yeah. And on top of that, what was the other Suzuki I've had? Yeah, I went to Wales and bought a Suzuki chop off of a guy, right? A bike builder. I'm not going to say his name.
Oh, Jesus.
I went and bought a Suzuki chop off of a bike builder in Wales, and I brought it back. Got it unloaded from the trailer. Turned around to the bike club, said, let's go for a spin. Okay, this was 750. I was expecting it to be quick, but it wouldn't idle. Couldn't get it to idle. As soon as you got the revs up off of idle, fine, but would not idle. So I thought, actually, it's a good blowout. So we got a long road near us. About 5 miles to 331, isn't it? Dual carriage road. About 5 miles long.
Turn around, didn't you?
Yeah, turn around to a couple of
guys. He went past me and Carol in the car.
Yeah, turn around to a couple of guys. Said, well, go out, come with me. We try and blast the muck out of this thing. Okay. So I've got my son who's riding a Triumph Sprint. I've got a guy riding a 1700cc bloody was that thing that?
Oh, cookie cutter.
Yeah. No, he was on the 1700 at the time because his cookie cutter had gone
Chris, Steve.
Yeah. No, it was
Toby.
Toby.
Oh,
he borrowed. No, he borrowed because cookie cutter had gone back. He borrowed that bloody 1700cc road.
Yeah, that was XVS. What was it? 1700.
Yeah.
It was a monster anyhow.
Yeah.
And then we had Steve who was riding a it was a Kawasaki ZX something or other 1400, and me on this little 750. So we take off down this dual carriageway, blah 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 blah. Got out into the dual carriageway and I just went, cane it, hit the throttle, and this thing just went.
Me and my neighbour saw this blue flash,
and away,
followed by the bikes going.
Right, and of course it's got ape hangers on it, so I'm not concentrating on the bike. I'm concentrating on the road, and I'm flying. That's out in the right hand lane, around the traffic, weaving through. 5 miles went like that. Turn around, come back, and it was like when I got back, I was like, "Where the bloody hell are they? Must have been a copper there or something somewhere because they didn't keep up." I got back, they were like, "What the fuck has that got in it?" It just took off. None of us could keep up with it. It just gone. It was just what the hell. Nothing of it. I thought, just winding me up, that trying to big me up, make me feel good about buying this bike. It's obviously got a problem. That night we went to club. Had a club night there. I was coming back, same bit dual carriageway. And I'm riding with my mate Steve, and he's on this Kawasaki 1400. We come down the slip road, hit the dual carriageway, and he takes off because I'm following him. I come out and I cane it, and again, it's a chop. It's got no speedo, so I don't know what I'm doing. And I've just come up through the gearbox.
Did you lift the wheel past him?
Yeah, he did come up past him.
And I passed him on the back wheel. Well, where we come off to come back into Farnborough, we came up the slip road, and I mean, it was a good wheelie. I was like, yeah, good power wheelie. And I was like, put it down, come off the slip road, come up the slip road. And normally, me and Steve would split up. He stayed with me. I'm like, really? Okay, get home. Got home, Steve pulls up. He goes, I had to come back and say to you, what kind of fucking lunatic pulls a wheelie past somebody at 100 miles an hour? And I was like, I wasn't doing 100 miles. He said, I was at a ton and you wheelied past me.
Yeah.
He said, what the hell was it?
Hated that bike.
So anyhow, we then did some research, got back to the original owner and all the rest of it, and went back through the logbook, found the guy that built the chop. Yeah.
It's a race bike. It
was a race bike. The engine came from a bike that he was using for quarter mile
for Santa Pod,
yeah. Yeah, Santa Pod. It was bloody mad.
Scary.
I refused to ride that bike after a couple more attempts at getting it running right. In fact, we put it into a mechanic for a year. And he stripped the engine, rebuilt the engine. Couldn't do anything about the overbore on it, but the cams and the head off of it, he swapped for another complete engine from a guy that was actually racing drag bikes because it was that tuned. Cost me a fortune, and eventually I sold it on to somebody else. Still quick, not as quick, but yeah, mental, absolutely mental.
I love Cat. Kitten's got a Z1000.
79 Z1000.
I went on a friend's. He had a 79, but it was a Z9 in the green called B1. Albert.
Yeah,
beautiful bike.
Yeah, Z900 B1. That was, as a nipple, was my dream bike.
He did have to put the scooter thing on there, though. Yeah, that's just.
It's all right for
it's all right.
You could have said electric scooter. Yeah.
I suppose the other two bikes.
Got 1100 Blackbird as well. Nice bike. Absolutely stunning bike. Yeah.
And on your Honda.
Well, the Gold, not the Gold, sorry, the Pan-European.
Pan-European.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a bugger. Speed limits.
Got patches that exempts you.
That's 130. It was like riding an armchair.
Would I make a class? Yeah. They say you got patches, you're exempt. There's an attitude, and the highway code says in the event that you have burnt your patches, you're exempt from.
The police tend to not stop you.
Yeah, it did tend to not. Not when there's enough of you.
No.
Oh, your old 250
if you
round there,
the registration, Martin, you should know where to find out because we looked up. we had a 1965 Mark 4, Zodiac.
Yeah.
EEL 886C, and that's still on the road. And our Beetle, which is TPL 120F, when we had it, it was 100. It was in the 100,000 mile club.
Yeah,
and that was 34 years ago.
Yeah,
and that's still on the road.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that little Ram Air of yours. That was a crazy thing. Power band on that was absolutely mad, but it didn't like that corner, did it? No, I remember that. It made a hell of a mess of your arm, that did.
He went back on,
went down on the corner
and
low-sided it and went down on his arm there. Really made quite a mess of his arm.
He was pilling on the back of Sid. They came back from visiting. He come back visiting me, and gone on this corner, and they overtook the bike. The ice.
Z900 was the must.
It was
first of the super bikes. Absolutely stunning machine.
There's a bike meet over towards Bracknell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And when they have their bike nights through the summer, there's actually 4 Z9s there.
I often stand there lusting after. In actual fact, a couple of years back when I was still in the club, obviously left the club now. I was there on a bike night and I was lusting over these 4. They are pristine. These guys, they're restored to mid Z900 B1s, and they're all in different colours, but the right colours for the period. And I'm lusting over them, and there's a nipper stood there. I say nipper, a younger person stood there, and he's like, all right, how quick's that? And Grandad? And the bloke looked at him and go, oh, it does this, and it's got that much brake horsepower, blah, 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 blah. And then it went, that's nothing, Grandad. You will see what my bike can do. And the old boy went, yeah, your bike's quick. Your bike is quite fast. He said, but, you've got ABS brakes, you've got traction control, you've got all the electronic gears and gizmos to help you. You've got an engine that's tuned to the mutts nuts. You've got tyres that will stick to anything and a super wide. He said, this old baby, you got a ride. And that was the difference. I mean,
I seem to remember, isn't there? There's a Vincent still, a Black Shadow, and that still holds a record. I can't remember what the record is, but it's for some sort of speed test.
It's not really a...
No, not really. Sorry about that.
In actual fact, saying that, I am actually looking for a bike at the moment. I'm looking around for a little affordable bike doing a bike bushcraft bug out video, or maybe even a couple of series of videos. Again, showing you how I used to set up my bikes for rallies, runs, and all that, where I could carry all the kit, absolutely everything I needed. Because again, for me, if it was just solo, me bugging out, the bike's the way I'd probably go. And once the bike is dead and we've managed to remove enough of the population, I'll probably go to a horse. But well, let's face it, you can fall asleep on a horse. It ain't going to walk off a cliff. You fall asleep on a bike, you got NX.
Yeah. Indian Chief. You're not so keen on the old
Americans.
I'm not so keen on... Right. The thing I didn't like about
Harleys,
the problem is with having Yank V-twins over here is getting the parts and getting the servicing and getting the maintenance and all the rest of it. The other thing is I like a light V-twin. I say light V-twin. I like a minimalist V-twin. Okay, so I tend to be no mud guards, high handlebars, long forks, narrow tank, that sort of thing. What I found with like the Chief and a lot of the fat boys and that, the wide boy and what have you, it was just a bit bulky for me. I'm 30 miles out of London, so quite often I'll go up into London, be riding in London. They're a beast to throw around up there. So I actually used to go with a lot of the Japanese V-twins. 1100 I found was a really good balance. I think Jason backed me up on this. Between you go up to 1100. 1100's got enough torque, power, performance for everything you need, and it's got the ability to cruise the distance. If you go up Scotland side, once you go up above that, for riding in London, I used to just find it a bit bulky, a bit too heavy, and a bit too much of a swine to get in and out of that traffic. Because again, and I don't agree with breaking the law. I'm a good boy, honestly, governor. But when you're weaving traffic in the centre of London and you're not hanging about, a big heavy bike's just a bit of a bit much of a handful.
Yes. But did it have a working heater, Ray?
Ah, see, there you go, Ray. You went from the Honda Camino to the Land Rover. Love a Land Rover. I am a Land Rover nut, and I am an old Land Rover nut. For all their sins,
you've got a Range Rover,
leaking and smelling and drafty and uncomfortable, I love a series Land Rover. Slow, steering's like that. Brakes are absolutely useless. Water comes in absolutely everywhere. Heater is rubbish. The wipers, wow, intermittent. That's just how they work. That's the one speed.
We used to have a 1970s
what a character.
Lightweight.
Yeah.
A 1970s Lightweight, FFR. And it used to be really funny because he'd turn a corner and I'd see the water running.
We're talking about our youths, talking about old cars and bikes and
that
we've had,
every
and
time.
the fun and pleasure we've had out of it.
We've had 110s, we've had 109s, we've had Defenders, 88s, we've had Lightweight, we've had a Range Rover
diesel
Classic that was at LPG.
Yeah. That hole in the ozone layer. It was me.
Yeah, we don't care.
Me. I'll put my hand up to it. It's my hole. I'm standing under it and getting the suntan. Okay. Yeah.
There were a lot of discoveries. Hello, and Freelanders. Freelanders aren't. They're pretty.
Our last
good little cars.
Our last 110 was courtesy of Percy Pickles, you see on here, and that is the one I regret. Of all the series Land Rovers was a different world altogether. The Lightweight was the one I regret selling the most. Out of all the more modern Land Rovers, the 110 that I got from Percy was the one I regretted selling the most because that had an Isuzu 2.8 diesel engine in it and an automatic gearbox and was an absolute beautiful thing to drive. It really, really was. And because it had the Isuzu engine in it, the heater actually worked properly. It was just
sadly,
stunning,
because that was the time when my disabilities were starting to get worse, and I actually fell out of it, and that was a long way to fall down onto the path. So, unfortunately, I put a stop to that.
Yeah, Benny Jace is the Range Rover man. I've got the Disco 3, which I love. Don't get me wrong; it's a great vehicle. There is issues with the electronics that. Well, some people say they have issues with electronics. I haven't.
Her name's Alice.
I haven't had issues with it, and I think it's like with any car. I think you can take any model, make of car, and stick 100 people in a room. Everybody will go, "Oh yeah, this is wrong with them. This is wrong with them. That will go wrong with it. That will go wrong with it." That's the thing of owning cars, though, isn't it? It's a machine. It breaks. It's like your kit. It's like your bushcraft kit, camp kit tops. Oh, Matt, I was get top. I wouldn't have an MOD top. MOD top's too small. Right? Oh, I wouldn't have an MOD top. They're too heavy. Well, it's horses for courses, isn't it?
We had it all set up. We used to get out of a Lightweight when we used to have the top rolled up. Me, him, and the boys used to just get in, stuck to lash you in and back up again. And
the fun of it.
I've crawled in the back of it, fallen asleep. We've taken the boys on. We did 1,000 miles in our Lightweight, didn't we?
It's Stealth Car Camper. Yeah, that's a Series 3 thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I used to have to be on duty for stupid o'clock in the morning, and it was about 22-mile drive in. And in the winter, you're bleary-eyed. You scrape the ice off the inside of the window.
Yeah. You
get to that first corner, you turn left. All the water runs down that guttering, hits the end, comes over, drops in your lap, hits you in the face, and you go, "I'm awake. I'm alive. I'm awake." Oh, blimey. CRVs, brilliant motors. Yeah. Absolutely, Same thing with the bikes. And this is one thing I will say, people, and this is something I hit on recently.
Our son had a CRV, didn't he?
Something my father said to me before he passed. We were talking about Chinese cars, bikes, and all the rest of it. Because my son had bought a little Chinese 125 when he was first starting to ride, and I was cursing out. I said, "These bloody Chinese bikes and cars are rubbish, junk. They are just so poorly made, and oh my God, they're just blatant knockoffs of everything else. And my dad laughed and he said, "Yeah, do you know what?" He said, "When I was a lad in the 50s and the 60s, we said exactly the same thing about Hondas, Suzukis, Yamahas, and all the rest of it. Just cheap knockoffs, poorly made, budget vehicles, junk. They'll never take off. They'll never be reliable." He said, "But the Japanese learn." He said, "They learned by copying everything else, the good bits, and then they made them better and better." Now, today, if you turn around to 99% of people and say, "Do you want a reliable car?" it's probably going to be a Toyota, Honda, Suzuki, something like that. Same thing in the bike world. If you want a reliable bike, something that's going to be easy to maintain, start every day, keep going, minimal maintenance, Japanese. Okay. Now, I wonder, are the Chinese one day going to end up like that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling they are.
Yeah, we've had 2 Freelanders.
Yeah, I think in 50 years' time, long after I'm gone, people will be sitting back and going, "Oh, look, Dim Sum 125. That's a classic bike now, isn't it?"
Mick, you've been driving since 1987.
Legally.
Yeah, well, but 88. I got up to about 100 cars that he'd owned before I forgot. Yeah, I just stopped remembering how many cars he had. I mean, one day he had 3 cars. He started off with one. He swapped it with someone for another one, and then swapped that for another one.
That was the Lord, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I had a Lord and Neva. I used to work for a guy that was a scrap dealer. Used to do a little bit of work for him at weekends, and quite often he'd get vehicles he'd pick up that I'd actually look at and go, "Do you know what? That's not a bad little car." So he used to do a deal sometimes. I said, "Instead of paying me for the weekend's work, I'll take that banger there." And he go, "Yeah, right." Cash in his pocket, he didn't care because he knew 9 times out of 10 he'd end up with the car back anyhow a couple of weeks later. So he had this is going back a long time ago, but he picked up a Lada Neva 1.6 SLX, which was their top of the we joke about it. It was their top of their range, but it was 2 years old. It was a 2-year-old car. It was pristine. And he picked it up, brought it in, and I said, "What's wrong?" I actually went out to pick it up, so I ran the owner, "What's wrong with it?" "It's dead. Don't want it. Bin it." So
I'd be pretty pissed.
Loaded it up on the truck, brought it back, got it off the truck, and I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, "Do you know what? That's really tidy. It's 2 years old. I can never afford a 2-year-old car." So I had a look over it, and I was like, "Do you know what? I'm pretty sure it's the points have closed up." So I took the distributor off, cleaned them up, put it all back together. Boom. All right. There's an admission for it. Took the distributor back off, closed the points back up, went into the boss and went, "Tell you what, instead of paying me this week, I'll take a chance on that old Lada if I can get it running." He looked at me, "Bloody old Ladas." "Oh, go on then. Yeah, you're up for it." Straight back out, reset the points. Boom. "Andy, it runs."
We actually owned that car 4 times.
Yeah.
We sold it and
"That's a clean, tidy old car." I said, "It is." I said, "But it's mine now." Yeah. Deal's a deal. Should got it and rest it. I took it home. Do you know what? Yeah, it may have been Lada. That did us for years, didn't it? It was reliable. It took us on holidays, did everything we wanted to do. And then I took, like I say, a couple of times I sold it and then I'd get it back. The funniest one was I sold it to a teddy boy. Okay. A friend of ours is a teddy boy. He looked at it, he went, "It looks like an old car. It's square. I want it." I was all right. And at the time, it weren't worth a fortune. And I looked at it, I was short of cash, and I think I turned around and said 500 quid or something, wasn't it? And he was like, "Yeah, 500 quid. All taxed and MOT, all legit. Give me 500 quid for it." I stuck the 500 quid in my pocket, gone to work with Andy, been working that day. Triumph Herald, wasn't it?
No, it's a Dolomite.
Triumph Dolomite came in, and then they weren't worth nothing. It was a scrapper. Came in, had a look at it, 3 months MOT on it, a little bit of tax. So, well, I'll use that to get to and from. And I think I paid about 25 quid to Andy. It was a scrap weight. And I drove it home. Teddy boy comes home, takes one look at this Triumph Dolomite. Oh, I've got to have it. I've got to have it. I've got to have it. And I was like, it's my car. I'll tell you what, I'll give you that larder back plus 250 quid. Oh, I don't really want to do that. No, honestly, I want it. Yeah, I want it. It's brilliant. Look at it. Oh. Well, no, I'll give you 250 quid on the larder. So, you sure? Yeah. I've got the larder back and 250 quid on top. Thank you very much.
So Benny was saying that his dad swapped his mum's washing machine for a car when he was a kid. But does it do a spin cycle?
Yeah. I can't remember those days. Yeah, again, did what you had to do, didn't you?
Good night, Lee. Thanks for joining us. And
thank you for joining us, mate. Keep the videos coming.
4 a.m. God, that's an early start.
Hopefully that's up your subs a little bit, and hopefully you're going to get a few more people looking at your channel because it is well worth a look.
Yeah, see you next Sunday.
Yeah, we're here every Sunday.
Hopefully you'll feel a little bit better then. A blue one. I think it was a blue Martin, because that's the one, isn't it? The one that your dad put the Porsche engine in it.
Yeah, that was a bit crazy. That was just a little bit crazy.
That's the one we went on our honeymoon with. Yeah, and we got down to Portsmouth and you realised you left all my clothes in the tumble dryer.
Yeah, I was excited.
That's our first wedding argument.
I was excited. That's my wedding day. Yeah. And I forgot all Kaz's clothes, left them in the tumble dryer. What an idiot I am. Got an honeymoon. I was like, oh yeah, better buy you an outfit then. Yes. Things happen.
Oh, we've got I've decided what day it is. We've got the we've got a bag to give away as a subscriber giveaway. It's I'll have to find it out, but yeah.
Oh, there's one. The one you got the other day, Caroline.
Yeah,
that one there.
Yes, this is going to be the next subscriber giveaway. It's got a handle on the top. It's got belts. It's got a belt that goes with it. It's got loads of pockets and mollies and.
Lee's looking. Sorry, Caroline. Lee's looking for a disco. He says they're all for automatics. Best one to get.
I can't.
Out of the discos,
we'll do a more funny touch one.
If it's a disco 3 or 4, okay, and it's going to sound odd, okay.
Mick, keep the number 7. Remember, the rest will come tomorrow night. Oh,
will do, Benny. I've made a note. Number 7. Okay, so the disco 3s. Okay, so I've had pretty much all the discos up until the disco 3. I've had automatic disco 2s, and they were slow. They were horrible, absolutely foul. I'm not a fan of slow autos, although I've always been a fan of powerful autos, V8s and things like that. Anything below that, I always used to drive a manual because I need response. I need something that when I put my boot down, goes. Okay. Now, I bought the Disco 3 mainly because of the suspension in it is an air suspension, which means I can drop it. Makes it easy for Kaz to get in, and it's got a huge boot. Now,
thank you for noticing.
Bought my Disco 3 and was so pleasantly surprised. The automatic box on that, the pickup on it is as quick as any manual you'll ever drive. Okay, and it can be driven in manual mode. You can click it across to manual mode, run it in manual if you really want. It's no different to using a Triptronic gearbox. But the pickup on it is like lightning. Yeah. It really is. In actual fact, I am pretty sure, away from the lights, acceleration-wise, I can outperform a lot of manual cars. It's astounding. The automatic gearboxes are super reliable on them. They have no issues. They've got a pressurized system. So unlike the old gearbox, so you put your boot down and it's got it's pressurized. You put your boot down, and it just goes boom, gone. To the point, if it's a wet day and I'm going away from the lights and I go too hard on the throttle, I will spin the wheels up. Okay, absolutely astounding. I use it for towing. I pull a very heavy box with it, and I've never had an issue with that either. It will pull quite happily, 2.5 tons with no issues at all.
Autos are better off road as well.
Yeah, the autos are better off road. The manuals, there are a few manual Disco 3s out there. However, their gearboxes are pretty much taken straight from the older manual Land Rovers, like the Disco 2. And the boxes don't actually take the performance of the 2.7 twin turbo lump. The 2.7 twin turbo, performance-wise, astounding. You just will not believe how a vehicle of that size goes.
It's quite economical as well.
And they are economy-wise, okay, all right, don't get me wrong. If you drive it like a loon, it will drink it. I think the worst consumption I've had on it is 35. The best I've had, that was going to and from Oxford that day, up to Oxford on the M40, worrying about fuel, sitting not right up on a lorry's arse, good to 150 metres back, but I'm using the lorry to gain a bit of drag, 55 mile an hour, and I'm getting in excess of 50 miles to the gallon out of it. Steady 60, 65, I'm averaging around 40, 44 to the gallon. So, yeah. That's
right, Gary, that series was on BBC iPlayer. You can actually, all 3 of the episodes are there. We watched one of them. Someone else, the person who suggested it, watched it and was disappointed. It was advertised as being survival after civil unrest, and unfortunately, it was more towards sort of family, their structure, and
you know what,
not how you would actually deal with that. It was a
load of political-minded crap. Okay.
And sadly, for Michael, I can't remember his name now, the actor who helped make it, that is probably one of the worst things I've actually seen him. But that doesn't stop you watching it. But be warned, it is not going to be. Yeah,
it's political. It's all unions this, unions that, and big business this and big business that, and the daughters of
Still said the second one was better, but I think it's Stuart. He said he watched all 3 and he was mightily disappointed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm not
it's the right. It's but I was expecting more, and I was losing the will.
Yeah. I would actually say skip.
I won't get that time back.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you about it. Episode 1. Basically, it's about unions and all the rest of it, and the factory and the town's going down because of the unions, the government's not supporting them. The bit that threw me, the point where I actually went, do you know what, this is a lot of bollocks, excuse my language, was the point where the police turned out, the army turned out, completely armed to quell the masses, and the private security firm turned up, all armed with M16s.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, where did they get them from then?
Where did the armed security firm turn up from?
It's in Kitten. Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
Really? Now, I may have worked for a couple of private military contractors over the years, and they may well have been armed. Not in the UK. I don't think the government would allow that somehow. I don't think any private military contractor is ever going to be armed in the UK.
We watched what we could of it, and we had to go on to Fail Army and watching idiots at work.
Yeah.
Just to
I needed the Darwin.
Bring some life back into the brain cells. Yeah.
Yeah, we needed the Darwin Awards to actually bring us back to reality. It was a bit.
We do like watching people hurt themselves, don't we?
We do a sick enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
It's all right, kid. Don't,
mate. Yeah. I'd seen the adverts for it myself, and I thought to myself,
Michael Sheen, that's the actor, and I thought it was to be
I looked at the adverts myself and thought, oh, blimey, that looks really good. That looks really, really good.
He was in Going Postal, wasn't he?
But it was, unfortunately, Yeah.
Right, kitten, go and take yourself in the corner
And
think about what you did.
No, don't, because I'm forever in the corner.
I'm trying to think of, there was one years back they did, and that was a certain time when these people survived because they were in a train in a tunnel.
Oh,
and that was a sort of survival type thing, and it was really good. But can I, from the life of
I
me,
can't remember.
think of the title?
That was quite good one. That was they'd been trapped by. They were in a train, and scientists had a device in there which sort of froze them in time. They all came.
Yeah,
round
they were all right because they were inside.
Yeah.
This train inside a tunnel.
Yeah, it was quite a.
You're in the corner now, yeah.
Yeah, quite a science fiction.
Jason's not in the corner because he's a bad boy. It's just that.
I just like sitting back
Yeah,
here.
he likes.
Yeah. So again, right before we finish off, so an update for any of those of you that come in late. Okay, so Wild Camp is going ahead. It is Friday, May the 31st, Saturday the 1st, Sunday the 2nd. I don't care which day you want to come on. If you want to come down on the Friday evening, you can do. If you want to come down on the Saturday, come down on the Saturday. Sunday, we're going to be bugging out probably about lunchtime, mid-afternoon. Okay, so it's the first weekend in June. Local railway stations, for those of you that don't drive that would want to come down by train, are Farnham in Surrey, Aldershot in Hampshire, and Farnborough in Hampshire. We can arrange pick-up and drop off back to the station for anybody that needs it.
Not while you still drop.
The only cost to anybody there for the weekend will be a bucket with a lid on it and a slot in it. Chuck a donation in, whatever you can afford. If it's a quid, it's a quid. If you can manage a little bit more, do so. That bucket will then be given to the site management team or the guys that allow us to use the woods. Give them a chance to have a beer and thank them for letting us use the woods. Okay. Right. So it's Friday night is self-admin. So come, put your shelter up, feed yourself, sort yourself out. Saturday, breakfast is your own doings. Lunch is your own doings. But Saturday evening, Jason is going to be doing a range stew for those of you ex-military guys and a curry for anybody else. If you're vegetarian, we're in the woods.
Plenty of trees.
Plenty of trees. Okay. No, if you're vegetarian, by always let us know and we'll
find you a twig to
try and sort something out. Okay. So it is pretty much self-admin apart from the Saturday night meal. Okay. Saturday night will be scoff.
There is
big old fire pit going and all sat around that enjoy ourselves. Water I'll sort out. I've got 60 litres worth of containers. I think Jason's got another 20 or 30. We'll bring those up so there will be a water supply there. And if we need to do an admin run, we'll do an admin run. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine wherever you.
And other than that, it's going to be just a meet-up. It's a chance to come up the woods there, try your ideas out, try your methods out. Anything of mine you need to borrow, cook set-wise or anything like that whilst you're up there. I've got 3 tarps, so if somebody needs a tarp, I can probably spare a tarp for somebody. But the idea is come up the woods, have a camp out, get together, have a laugh, have a joke, get to meet one another face-to-face for a change. Any ideas, any methods you want me to try out, show you, demonstrate, or get from anybody else, can do. If there's something you want to show, demonstrate, can do. If you're a YouTuber, bring your gear up with you. If you want to film it, film it. If you don't want to film it, don't worry about it. Okay? So it's more about getting together, having a laugh.
There'll be 10.
Yeah.
We've got a limit to 10, I'm afraid. That's not including us.
We have been limited to 10 guests, basically down to the site's insurance policy. Later in the year, we might be able to extend that depending on how it's taken up.
Yes, Gary, that's the exact, yeah.
And Jason will there be on, as he's going to be the chefing your range stew. He'll be there to answer any questions about cooking your stuff outside, cooking your bits outside.
Yeah,
what you can and cannot do.
Get a chance to meet Kaz, meet Willow, meet Jason, and meet Mac. It'll be a fun weekend up the woods, bit of a laugh and a giggle. And again, if it's a case that you want to just have a chance to spend the night out, spend the time on your own in the woods, do so. There's plenty of space there. Find your corner, set yourself up. If you're not a particularly social or gregarious person, ain't an issue. Okay. It's about coming up and enjoying yourself and having a chance to actually have a bit of a wild camp yourselves.
The idea is later on we'll be going around the country, and also we're going to see about there's a site in Dartmoor.
Yeah.
But then again, we're going to try and see if we can find another site.
Yeah.
Further up.
We have been offered a site in Dartmoor for a weekend that we can book entirely to ourselves. It's a wild camping site. They're basically Portaloos there. There's water there, and other than that,
it's got running woodland. It's got running river for it.
If you see my Dartmoor video from early last year, it's at that site there. Been offered that, and I am aware Dartmoor could be a bit of a swine for a lot of people to get to. However, yeah, if enough people are interested, then I'll arrange the booking of that, and we'll sort that out for the summer.
Is that far?
Yeah,
and also we'd like to find some. There's a possible one up in Wales, and we're hoping to come. It's if we can find a bit higher up, so that people can come down from Scotland and the ones in sort of the north of England.
We may also have one in Wales at
it's like Cross Gates. It's basically looking at Wales. It's dead centre of Wales.
Dead centre of Wales. We may have a site there offered to us. It's a campsite, and it is a basic campsite. It's just what we want. Ideally, somewhere where we can come set up and do a weekend camp. But again, we'll see how this one goes. See if enough people are interested. Because I am aware it is difficult for people to travel, but it would be nice to get out and see some of the guys in Wales, as well as maybe down to the West Country. So I'm trying as many options as I can for the community to see how we can go from there.
The idea is we travel up to Scotland, do Wales, northeast. It's so that though we sort of meet up here on a Sunday, we can put names and faces to names and that. And
if you want to run up and give me one on the nose, you can.
Well, Lee said there's a nice one in Yorkshire.
There we go. All right, Lee. Fantastic. So there we go. It's rolling.
Oh, Castle Howard. All right. I'm pretty sure our son did. Our sons did their army cadet things up at Castle Howard. It's all good. It's all about sort of, the sort of community and everyone just not feeling just isolated out there on your own. But that is gone midnight now. It's midnight. It's 1:10 now. So I think the numbers are going down quite a bit.
So anyhow, what we're going to do there, that's 2 hours and 12 minutes. We're going to call it quits in another 5-10 minutes.
5 minutes.
Give you guys a chance to say goodnight to one another and all the rest of it. But there we go. It's about support. It's about community. We're building a community. It's getting bigger and bigger. More people are coming into it. More people are enjoying it.
Yes, there is a loo for a poo. Or
it's only a camping toilet, but it's in a shed.
Yeah. The loo up the woods is very basic. I tend to go off for a shovel recce myself.
Maybe after a lot of rain stew and curry.
Basically, it's a shed with a little camping loo in it, but it's what you need. Basic.
There's no flushing facilities.
Other than that, guys, have a think on it.
I'm going to have to get hold of some of that, what you call it, to bug them up, aren't I?
Yeah.
That's, like I say, once again, that's the email address. If you're interested in coming, you want to come, hit us up on that. Let us know that you're available and you're coming that weekend. If you need to be picked up from a railway station, again, have a look online. Aldershot, Farnham's the nearest. Aldershot's the next nearest. Farnborough's nearest to me.
Don't forget.
Hit us up. Let us know which one you're going to be coming to. What time you can be there, or what time the train's looking at being in there. When you email me, I'll also email you back my mobile number so you can say train's delayed by an hour or whatever.
Night, Lee. Thank you.
We can arrange to pick you up and drop you off back there.
Yeah, thank you again for the items you sent us. That's brilliant.
Yeah, Lee.
Night, Ray.
Thank you so much, mate.
Dirty Faces, you're welcome as always.
Dirty Faces. Cheers,
mate. Good night, PJ. Take it easy. Send that love to the family.
Yeah, BJ. Thank you, mate. Hey, I'm bringing my bleachy wipes with me. You'll hear the screaming all through the woods. Cheers, Stealth Car Camper. Stay safe, mate. Have your
Enjoy
adventures.
your waxing.
Yeah,
wax
sticks,
on, wax off.
Sticks. Keep them coming, mate. Loving the videos. Absolutely awesome, brother. Yeah, absolutely wonderful.
Yeah,
and again,
always.
to anybody that maybe not commenting on this, stay safe, have fun, get outside, have your adventures, enjoy yourself. Yeah, it's what it's all about. Get that little bit of fresh air, get back a little bit to nature. It's a great relaxer, makes us all feel wonderful. And thank you for joining the community. I am aware there's a couple of people that don't necessarily join the chat, whether they've got a system where they can't, or might be watching it
just to
on
sit
their
in the background.
Yeah,
you're always welcome.
Might be watching it on their TV, or might be just sitting in the background. You're more than welcome. You're part of this community. Don't feel isolated. If you ever want to join in, join in. Okay. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
If you could please hit the thumbs up and leave a comment, that would be amazing.
Yeah, please thumbs up. Leave a comment.
For reminding.
Anybody that comments on any of my videos within 48 hours, I normally will reply to your comment. Okay. I spend many hours sat in here going, blimey, there's 50 odd comments, and I'll reply.
Gary says keep the train up, Jackson.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah.
He's got a treadmill outside.
And please don't feel offended if you just get a cheers, mate. Okay. Some days I come down and I see so many comments there, and it's just, the old arthritis doesn't help with the typing. So again, thank you very much for all the support, guys, and for all the love, respect, and attention. Really appreciate it. To all the other guys here that have got YouTube channels, keep them coming, guys. Absolutely awesome. Love them all. Big respect to you all, because I know how much effort goes into it. Yeah. So from me, from Kaz, from Willow, from Jace, and from Mac at the Hampshire Hog Hunters. Okay. Love those you do. Forgive those you don't. Peace and light be upon you all. Till we talk again next time. Take care, guys. Mickey out.
Night.
Good night, guys.
If I can find the button. Hey!